Hey guys, this is Working Class Cards here. Just wanted to make a quick video about the NBA Finals. Clearly, it's going to be the Heat versus the Nuggets. What I have to say about this is that obviously the Nuggets are going to win. Um, at the end of the day, it's all about talent, and I like to look at pro sports like superheroes. These guys are all mutants. They're all freaks of nature, and they're not normal. You know, so I look at Jimmy Butler as like, you gotta think of it like this: there are different levels of superheroes. You have like city destroying, crime fighting type superheroes, and then you have planet destroying type superheroes. And Jimmy Butler is like a Spider-Man. He's very fast. He's very strong. Um, Very intelligent. Great leadership skills. He's the type of guy that if you underestimate him, he will shock you. He will beat you. You say, "Man, I didn't know he was that good." I mean, he just seems like a regular guy, but no, he's got a little speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and he gives 100%. So that 100% just might be enough if your guard is down. Versus Jokic is like Goku. Goku is incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, a real planet destroying, galaxy destroying type talent if he wants to be. And I look at it like this: Spider-Man is great and all, but there's no way that Spider-Man can beat Goku in a one-on-one fight. Like, there's just no way, right? And I look at guys like Jimmy Butler. They're just massive overachievers. And he kind of reminds me of like Kalia Copper in the sense that they're both players who they're in the hall of really good. They're not like all-time greats. They're not like you know generational talents or like once in a lifetime talents, but they're just below generational talents. But the thing with them is that they're super high energy, and they're giving their 100 every game. I don't think they even know how to go 80%, 90%. They are giving you everything they've got. And so if you don't have the right um, energy stores or the right strategy, they will just run through you. The problem is when you get to certain levels of competition, like the finals, you have teams that they're ready to give their 100%. They've got good coaching, they've got good strategies, and so just having effort isn't enough. You have to actually not just have effort, but you have to match their talent level or be better than their talent level. And the Heat, it's one of those things. I always just look at it like, yeah, you're gonna get so far, you're gonna fall every time, and it's like because you guys are trying to cheat the game. You want to make it to the finals with undrafted players and low draft picks. It's like no, like if we look at NBA history, most successful teams have at least one MVP, and they have MVPs tend to be like top 10 picks, right? And there's some exceptions like Jokic and Giannis, but I'm saying overall, like most of the time, MVPs are guys who were pretty hyped from day one. So you want to have a team with low draft picks and no MVPs and try to win a championship. It's great, but it's like we know from a historical standpoint that just doesn't happen. Usually you have like one MVP, four all stars, four all defense players. And when I say all stars, they were at least an all star at one time in their career. When we say all defense, we mean at least one time in their career. And so it's like I don't know that Heat way of creating a team is really the best way to try to win a championship. I think in that type of situation, the last step is for Jimmy to get another star to buy in. Call Kyrie, say, "Hey, Kyrie, come play with us in the Heat." Kyrie, LeBron, Curry, KD, Booker, even Harden. I don't know about Harden, but I mean, literally, that would be the way to really, or maybe Embiid. That would be the way for the Heat to win a championship is to get another All Star MVP to buy in and sign to their team. And it's going to have to be Butler to do it. And some people say, well, Butler, he's just not that guy. He wants to be the alpha. And I'm like, well, yeah, he can be the alpha all he wants. He's not an MVP. He's not a former MVP. And some people might argue with me about that, but I feel like that is just the bare minimum. Like, you have to have at least one MVP or MVP level talent. Like Kawhi is an MVP level talent. He has 2 Finals MVPs. If he was healthy, and he wasn't playing on a team that sacrificed stats for a system like the Spurs, who knows what Kawhi's numbers could look like, dude. That guy was incredible in his prime. But anyways, my point is this, and this will go into some of the videos when I talk about investing, is that there's different levels of talent, and the hobby doesn't really care about guys who are overachieve. Especially if they haven't won any MVPs, haven't won any rings. That like you have to have a certain level of talent, the type of talent that is breaking records left and right. Literally, Jokic just has the most triple doubles in an NBA playoffs, in an NBA playoff year, and that is huge. That is one of those things that people, I don't think it's not gonna really settle in until years from now. Like, Jokic is an incredibly special talent, and he is definitely a guy who, I haven't checked his numbers, but I'm sure they're going to go up, especially after he beat LeBron, which is a passing the torch moment, which is another video or clip I'll talk about later. But I just say, like, clearly Jokic and the Nuggets are going to beat the Heat, and it's just because they just have a much better team. And we love to cheer on the underdog and hope for them to beat the odds, but at the same time we have to acknowledge, like, hey, there's a certain way to do things, there's a certain formula, there's a certain pattern of how teams win championships, and if you want to go against that, fine, but you're just not going to win. And I think it's the same thing with, like, prospecting, is that you have to understand who is, like, a real generational talent, who has shown promise from a very young age and has done, big things, has set milestones from a very young age, right? So anyways, that's it in my podcast. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.